As they delved deeper into the emotional landscape of the image, the young analyst guided them through their feelings, urging each member to share their initial reactions. "What do you feel when you look at this?" she asked, her gaze fixed on the screen as if it could unravel their innermost thoughts. The skeptic, known for her humor, hesitated first, looking torn between fear and intrigue. "I feel exposed," she finally admitted, her voice wavering slightly. "Like someone peeled back a layer I wasn't ready to show." The seasoned photographer watched intently, noting the flicker of vulnerability in her tone, which seemed to resonate among them all. "Exposed is powerful," the young analyst replied gently, encouraging the group's openness. "It's a reminder of our intricate vulnerabilities." The room remained silent for a moment as they absorbed her words, the weight of their collective private battles suspended in the air. "I think I feel," the cynical skeptic began cautiously, a sense of foreboding. "Like something terrible could come from facing this." Her admission hung heavily, inciting a ripple of murmurs from the others, each resonating with their own apprehensive truths. "And what about you, Mark?" the young analyst prompted, addressing a quieter member who had been lost in thought. Mark took a deep breath, his brow furrowed. "I sense a call to action," he started slowly, the conviction in his voice gaining strength. "Like we're being pushed to acknowledge our fears and find a deeper meaning." The seasoned photographer nodded in agreement, moved by the emerging depth of the conversation. "Right, meaning that's not just about the image, but who we are as individuals." As each member continued to share, a tapestry of emotions began weaving together, fueling their resolve and igniting a spark of camaraderie amidst the uncertainty. The flickering screen soon appeared less threatening, now serving as a contrast to their confensa, a catalyst for their collective journey toward facing the unknown. Would they be able to make sense of the chaos both in the image and themselves? This question began to bind them closer, solidifying their intent to navigate the darkness together. As the discussion deepened, the seasoned photographer gestured towards the screen, "Let's dive into those fears." His tone had shifted, becoming a blend of urgency and inspiration. "What if we name them? Put them in the light, so they won't hold power over us anymore?" The young analyst nodded, her expression resolute. "Acknowledgement can be transformative. We must confront our reflections instead of shying away." One by one, they began to share their fears aloud, each confession emerging like shards from a broken mirror, glimmering with pain yet liberating in its exposure. The skeptic with the bravado spoke first. "I fear failure of not being good enough to understand or interpret this." The group drew closer, sensing the gravity behind her admission. A shared vulnerability enveloped them, creating a safe haven amidst the turbulent emotions. They encouraged one another, voices overlapping with affirmations. The seasoned photographer noted the shift, the growing solidarity among them. Each fear is a step towards something profound. And together, we can face anything. As they shared, they realized that they were not just naming fears, they were embracing their humanity, forging bonds that seemed stronger than the impending unknown lurking within the image. With their fears now laid bare, a hush enveloped the room as the seasoned photographer pondered the next step. "Let's visualize what a solution might look like," he suggested, urging them to reshape their fears into positive outcomes. "Imagine if we could transform failure into growth. What would that look like?" The young data analyst closed her eyes for a moment, her imagination spiraling. Slowly, she shared, "I see us embracing challenges, taking risks in our interpretations, not fearing mistakes but learning from them." The group nodded, the transformation of their fears igniting a flicker of hope within. Each skeptic began to articulate their visions, the atmosphere brightening as they reimagined obstacles as opportunities. "What if, instead of chaos, we viewed this image as a journey?" the bold skeptic added, her confidence rekindled. "A path leading us to newfound wisdom, together." The seasoned photographer smiled, feeling the energy shift palpably. "Exactly," he said, his voice now brimming with affirmation. "We're unraveling not just the image but the strength within us." United in purpose, they felt ready to embrace whatever truths awaited them, unearthing the profound connections forged in that shared moment. "Let's keep pushing through," the seasoned photographer encouraged, a hint of excitement weaving into his voice. "What else can we uncover within this emotional space?" The young data analyst felt a surge of anticipation. "We should reflect on how our past experiences shape our feelings towards this image," she suggested. A chorus of nods echoed around the room, as members recalled significant moments that defined their worldviews and shaped their fears. Those layers could provide insight into how we interpret not just this image, but our entire lives, Mark interjected, seeming invigorated by the unfolding discussion. Each member began to connect dots between their histories and present fears, the screen before them now a mirror reflecting their collective resilience against adversity. As their insights deepened, the seasoned photographer concluded, "In unveiling our fears and shared experiences, we've woven a fabric of understanding that can guide us through this mystery." Together, they stood on the precipice of discovery, ready to illuminate the shadows and embrace the truths hidden within both the image and themselves.